The Japanese island of Okinawa has been said to have the largest number of centenarians in the world, or people over the age of 100, with the majority of the population retiring extremely late and continuing to have a deeply purpose-filled life. In 2010, author Dan Buettner released a book titled The Blue Zones, in which he studied areas of the world that are home to the longest living residents, including Okinawa. He mentioned that the Okinawan population do not have the desire to retire and continue to do their jobs as long as they remain healthy because of a concept called Ikigai, which loosely translates to reason for being. The word Ikigai usually refers to the mental and spiritual circumstances under which individuals feel that their lives are valuable. It's not linked to financial status, so even if a person feels that their present is dark but has a goal in mind, they may feel Ikigai. This is where this becomes so powerful. That's why today I'm going to introduce you to an age-old formula and illustrate how 4 distinct components of your life can overlap and lead you to the sweet spot at the center, which is your Ikigai. Before we get started, I've been doing a lot of thinking and I've realized that my source of Ikigai comes if you hit that like button and if you subscribe to the channel for more videos like this every single week. Alright, let's get started. The first component is what you love. This is that feeling in your gut about the things that you truly enjoy doing and can enter into a state of flow with. For a lot of people, this tends to be artistic or creative endeavors like reading, writing, filmmaking, etc. But it's certainly not limited to that. The second component is what you are good at. Now, you may think that these are things that you need to have a natural talent or gift at, but I choose to think of it as things that you can work at and develop your skills so that you can eventually become great at them. The third component is what the world needs. Something the world needs means that you can provide value through whatever you're doing. It means that there is a demand for your talent or service. Leaning into this will allow you to make a difference in some way and have an impact. And the fourth component is what you can get paid for. Let's be real, if there's anything that you're pursuing and want to exclusively continue doing that, you have to find a way to make it financially sustainable. By doing that, you check off a major component to your happiness, which is the freedom to do what you want without worrying about how you're going to make ends meet. So how does all of this lead you to Ikigai? Well, each individual's Ikigai is very specific to that person and their own values and desires. To discover your Ikigai, you need to identify what the map to your happiness is and gain awareness of the current status of your life. I decided to put this to the test by listing out items that fell into 4 buckets. You can do this too by asking yourself these 4 precise questions. First, what do you love and are good at? That is your passion. If you find yourself stuck here, you need to learn to promote yourself better and find a way to market yourself and monetize your passion. Next, what do you love and is something that the world needs? That is your mission. For someone in this area, your goal should be to develop your craft and get better so that you can make it financially viable. Third, what is something that you are good at and can get paid for? This is your profession. Most of us tend to live over here. This is our job. It pays the bills, but you may not necessarily love it. If you are here, you should aim to try new things, stuff that interests you so that you can find out what you are passionate about. Fourth, what is something that pays you and is something that the world needs? This is your vocation. In this zone, your aim should be to challenge yourself to learn about areas of focus that pique your interest more than others, and then lean into them. The fundamental truth of Ikigai is that various aspects of your life do not necessarily operate in a silo. Instead, everything is much more connected than we realize. Far too often, we tend to think of our jobs, relationships, and passions as existing completely separate from each other, and that our happiness is only dependent on improving that individual aspect of our lives that isn't meeting our expectations. The magic happens when there is a harmonious overlap of the individual parts of your life. What are the activities that you do that can exist in multiple components of your life? Those are the things that you may need to dedicate more time to so that you can eventually move towards the center of your Ikigai. In the book Ikigai, The Japanese Secret to a Long and Happy Life, the writers Hector Garcia and Francesc Miralles have said, our intuition and curiosity are very powerful internal compasses to help us connect with our Ikigai. The problem for millions of people is that they stop being curious about new experiences as they assume responsibilities and they build their routines. Their sense of wonder starts to escape them, but you can change that, especially if you are still looking for meaning and fulfillment in what you do daily. Finding your Ikigai may take some time because this whole thing is a process of discovery, but living a life of purpose requires commitment and deliberate action. And once you set out to find that purpose, you might just find yourself in a truly happy place in life. Alrighty, my friends, I really appreciate you being here. I hope that this video helps point you in the right direction to find your purpose and your reason for being every single day. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Vihan Chelliah. I'll see you next time.